Hello. Hello, anybody here? Don't let me talk to myself. Come on, come on. Don't be shy. If you're out there, say hello. Otherwise, I think I'm here on my own here. I'll do my crochet until somebody says hello. Until then. 4 people in, no thumbs up, nobody speaking. Oh dear. I'm sure somebody will say hello very soon. 4 people in, 3 thumbs up, nobody saying hello. Oh, hello. Hi, Hester. The weather has been raining. Raining, raining, raining. It did stop for a while. I did put some washing out, but it didn't dry. It did not dry. So it's now in the conservatory. You are the only person who is saying hello to me today. And I've now got 8 people in the room and still nobody's talking to me except Esther. I'm beginning to get a complex. Never mind, I shall carry on with my crochet. Esther and I will talk to ourselves until somebody else says hello. No, I didn't get my scooter fixed. I got a message from him eventually saying he was in Sorrento until Wednesday. He said he'd arranged for somebody at the office to ring me, but they don't work over the weekend, so it'll be Monday before I hear from anybody. So he's in Italy, my scooter man, on holiday until Wednesday. So it's a bit, it'd be all right on short journeys, but it's just no good on a long one because I can't trust it. The battery looks as though it's charging up, but it's running out. Yeah. Hi, so what's knitting? Hello to you. Oh, that was a bit wasn't it then? Well, I'm a bit tired today because last 2 days I've been sorting out cupboards. I've got cupboards in here and I tend to shove everything in, out of sight, out of mind, you know what I mean? And I decided, no, it's time to look what's in the cupboards and sort it out. So I've got a great big bag that I've taken into the shed. That means I've got to go into the shed now and organise in there. But it won't be tomorrow. What am I crocheting? They're still the same things I was crocheting before. It's not growing at all. It's very thin. And I haven't done anything since probably Wednesday, so it's just not growing at all. As I say, I've been trying to tidy up in this room. It was getting a little bit messy. So, but I've put everything into the shed, which means I need to go in the shed and sort out. And I've also got another big bag to take into the shed. I tend to bring things in here thinking I'm going to start them, I'm going to do them, and then I don't, I change my mind. But the wool still stays here, and the pattern and the book still stays here. So I push them in the cupboard out of the way. So I decided, no, you are not doing that. You are going to sort out your cupboards. So threw a big bag of rubbish away, sorted out my baskets, sorted out my wheelie baskets. So I did well, really. I've still got to sort out part of the table. That's about it, really. But the rest of it. And then next week I'll have to go in the shed sometime. But it won't be tomorrow, I don't think. Family are away again. They've taken the dogs, but they're back tomorrow lunchtime. They've only gone away for the evening. So I'm all alone to be alone today. So, well, I've got 14 people and there's only 2 people talking to me. I'm getting a complex here. Come on. Speak. You have been commanded to speak. Otherwise, it's up to Esther and so what's knitting to talk to me. Oh, dear. Come on, Nathan, Chris, whoever else comes in usually. Say hello. Oh dear. Yeah, I was going to make a video today, but I just got carried away with my cupboards. So I never made one. Never mind, at least it's done now. Sorted out my sewing. Have you ever tried sorting out a sewing basket that's all a jumble of elastic and cotton and everything else, you know? And you have to separate everything up and wind all the bobbins back up again. Oh, it's a task, a thankless task. So that's what I was doing. Winding up bits of elastic, winding up all my bobbins. Hey Nathan, hello. I wondered where you was. I'm trying to do a bit of crochet. I've not done much all week, really. I've been sorting out my cupboards. Did I sing the bobbin song? No, I didn't actually. I forgot all about that. Wind the bobbin. No, I forgot that. Why am I looking in the air? Let's come down a little bit. That's a bit better. And of course, with all the bending and the stretching and the going in the cupboards, my back is going, hello. So I've taken 2 painkillers. So if you see me yawning, you'll know why. I've put a pain patch on that doesn't do anything. And does anybody use them pain patches successfully? I never do. I don't know whether I stick them in the wrong place or what. All I get is an itchy back. Yeah. They don't seem to radiate any pain relief. Yeah. You know, they advertise them on the telly, don't they? Oh, like, stick it on and it'll be wonderful and marvellous. I stick it on and nothing happens. Maybe they gave me morphine patches. Hi, Julie. Once they gave me morphine patches and I stuck them on and they didn't make any difference. I think I'm immune. Immune to patches. Yeah. So what are you all doing on this? Well, it's stopped raining now. My washing didn't dry. I just did a little bit of hand washing. I washed that dress I got the other day. Was it Thursday I got it? And I washed the dress I had on yesterday. So I just did a bit of hand washing. Because when I get a new dress, I'm never quite sure if the colours are going to run. So I always, hand wash. So I put them out on the line, but they haven't really dried. So they are now dangling in the conservatory, which will please my daughter-in-law, not a lot. Well, I hope your morphine patches work, Esther. Whenever I had them, they never worked at all. Nothing. I didn't notice anything at all. Still, never mind. Hi, Amanda. You starting another marigold jumper? Well, I don't know what that looks like. Is it knitting? I was watching Denise Deer from Deer Designs. She went to the Southern Wool Show, I think, and they were all wearing the same sweater. I can't remember what it was called, but it's knitted, yeah. So if it's knitted on a circular needle, I can't do it. So, when they start yoke down and the knitting, yeah. That rules me out for a start off. Hey. I got waylaid this afternoon because I was looking through the magazines I'd got stored in the cupboard, thinking, oh, don't remember that pattern. Oh, don't remember that one. So I've sort of earmarked a few that I like, they'd be all right. One of them would be fantastic for using all those odd balls I've got in the cupboard. So I'm like, but finish the other one you're doing first. Don't start anything else. I'm very rigid with myself. I don't know whether you all are. I only like to do one thing or 2 things at once. I don't like having bucketfuls of stuff on the go. Otherwise, I just don't finish them. I get waylaid and nothing gets finished at all. So I was hoping to have done a bit more of this, but it's slow going, very slow going here. If I Google marigold top, and lacy flower puff sleeves, I'll have a look at it later, Julie. I can't Google it right now, but I will have a look at it. I haven't got my phone. My phone's over there somewhere, I think. I don't even know where my phone is, to be quite truthful. It could be in the bedroom. I don't know where I put it. I'm sure nobody's going to ring me, so it's fine. It'll be around somewhere. It's probably in the bedroom when I went in there before. I'll probably hear it if somebody rings me, but apart from that, I can't remember what I did with it. It might even be in the conservatory, actually. In that case, I'd better go and have a look. Just bear with me 1 second while I go on the hunt for my phone. I don't think anybody's going to ring me, but you never know, do you? Oh, oh dear. No, it's not there. Well, it's a complete mystery. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, found it. Found it, found it, found it. Panic over, I've found it. I panic when I can't find my phone. Oh dear. Oh, let me catch up who's coming, what I've been missing. Hello Yolanda, hello Eason, hello Jill. I don't know who Death Do Not Rush is. I've no idea who that is. Anyway, Julie, hello Julie. Hello everybody. I found my phone. Found my phone. I panic when I can't find it. I usually ask my son to ring it while I find it, but have I missed anything? No, I haven't. Oh dearie me, that. God, I'm sweating now. I only went outside to look for my phone. I'd been outside to get me washing and I thought, oh, if I've left it outside, what if it rains? So I needed to go out and have a look, but it wasn't there. It was in here all the time, hiding under something. Oh, isn't it clammy? I don't know about anybody else, but it's really, really clammy. Oh, I need to open the window really, but I'm frightened of leaving it open. You know, when I go to bed. Your phone's got a purple cover as well. Good evening, Shad. Well, I'm wearing, oh dear, I'm wearing purple with glitters on today. So I've got a purple and black necklace with silvery bits. It's quite a chunky one, really. But I've got glitter. It's a purple velvet top with glitter. Yeah. Oh, up a little bit. There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hot now. Take my glasses off because I'm hot. Now I can't see anything. Oh, purple, of course. I can't see. I must make an appointment for the opticians, but I can't make it till I get my scooter sorted out. Otherwise, I'd get halfway there and it would run out on me. So I don't want to get. It is very muggy, Nathan. You're right. It's very, very clammy. I think the word is claggy, whatever you want to call it. It's Vimto. For those of you who don't know what Vimto is, it's sort of like a mixed fruit drink. It's Vimto with sparkling water. Hello, Kate. Excuse, sorry. Hello, thank you. Oh dear. It's terrible when you can't read and you can't see. It is awful, yeah. Every time you say Blossom Shadow, I don't know who you mean, and then I realise it's Jill. I only know her as Jill, I don't know her as Blossom. Eh, oh, dearie me. It's so hot. I'm so hot. I shouldn't complain because I'll be cold next week. I've got a fan. It's in the conservatory and I've got nowhere to plug it in if I bring it in. Oh, eh, dear. How's the house coming along, Shad? Is it finished now? You finished it off? You waiting for the whistle? Yeah, we might have to whistle. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, we all want to see Shad's new house, but we're not seeing any pictures yet, are we? Hi, Jeannie. Well, I'm not doing so bad apart from backache, but that's my own fault because I've been tidying cupboards out. So, I should know better, but you've got to do these things, haven't you? You can't just not do things just because bits of you hurt. You can't go through life, can you, thinking, I can't do this because my back hurts. Yeah. You've just got to grit your teeth and get on with it and just suffer the consequences. Yeah. Hi, Visando. It's heat wave breaking. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you like my crochet work. Thank you. It's 77, is it, Nathan? It says it's 24C, whatever that is. We need Chris, don't we, to work that bit out. It's hot down in Devon, is it? It was really, really hot yesterday. Really, really hot. Of course, I had to tidy out my cupboard, didn't I? The best, hottest day we've had so far. But I couldn't go out really because of my scooter, I'm Don't want it breaking down when I'm halfway over. I can't push that flipping thing. It's too big. It's not like pushing a small scooter. It's a thunking great. It's like pushing a car. And I can't get rescued if I'm on the seafront because there's no vehicles allowed on the seafront. So that should be happy. I just dread breaking down on the seafront. No, it's a top. It's just a top. I've got if I can show it you. I've got a skirt on. I know Texans think it's freezing if it goes about 1 degree below 90, don't they? Yeah. You've got to, oh, thank you, Nicole. You've got to get going, haven't you, Yolanda? You can't sit here all day feeling sorry for yourself. I mean, I kept having to sit down because I was hurting, but you know, it's just par for the course, isn't it? I'd never get anything done if I just sat here and you know, felt sorry for myself. Which is so easy to do, and so many people do it, don't they? Go, oh, woe is me, can't do this, can't do that. I just have to keep sitting down and, you know, letting a couple of swear words pass my lips, you know. I do swear at myself, though, not at anybody else, yeah. Hi, Melly. You know, I swear at me, I swear at me back, I swear at everything. Under my breath, usually. Although there was nobody in today, so I could swear out loud if I felt like it. But they didn't go till about 2 o'clock, so that held me back. And I did keep hoping against hope that the scooter people would ring me, although I knew they don't work at the weekend. Well, they do for emergencies, but they don't work in the shop, if you know what I mean, the workshop. Also, I knew nobody would come out from Bolton all the way to Fleetwood just because I'm saying I've got a Duff battery. Yeah. Oh dear. The problem is you don't know is because it looks like it's charging up. And you only know when you go for a ride and then you get halfway home and it starts going and draining, which is a little bit alarming. Yeah. I'll have to stick to the main road, and then if I do have to get rescued, you know, they'll know where I am, yeah. I'll have to stop going up the seafront. Hey. Well, what's everybody doing? Are you all doing your knitting, your crocheting, your embroidery, your patchwork, whatever else you're doing, jigsaws, cooking? Have you, Chris, cooking? What are you doing? As you can see, I'm plodding on with this never-ending crochet. You're putting rows on a crochet blanket and knitting a hat. Is it a paw hat? You knit paw hats, don't you? I've seen them. I haven't knitted one because you know me and knitting, yeah. Yeah. I got waylaid looking through my old crochet magazines and finding a couple of things thinking, oh, I do like that. Oh, I do like that. And I'm thinking, put the magazines away. You cannot choose something to start today. Put it away. So I did that, yeah. You started a crochet vest, yeah. It is a paw hat. Oh, good. Oh, subscriber with cancer. That's not good, is it? I felt a bit sad today because when I was sorting out my cupboards, I found a little owl key ring. And it was one that my next door neighbour gave me. And it had her key on it when she was going through chemo and everything. But sadly, she's passed away. And I gave the key back to her partner, but I never gave the key ring back. I said to him, do you mind if I keep this little owl key ring to remind me of Julie? And he said, no, that's fine. So I found it today. So, of course, I was thinking of Julie when I saw it. It's a pretty little thing. It's like silver coloured with little jewels for its eyes. Yeah. So it's nice to have something to remind you of her, isn't it? And I've also got a picture that used to hang in her lounge of poppies, and it now hangs in my bedroom. Yeah. No, we don't normally have AC over here. Some people do. I mean, Crochet Rocks does. She's always turning hers on, but she does live on the Isle of Sheppey, so it's further down into it, more south. Yeah. Good evening, Connie. I think the people down south are getting warmer usually than we do up here. We've always got the sea breeze here, which does take the edge off any heat. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. I mean, it's about 5 years, is it now, since Julie passed away? But you never forget them, do you? You just, little things pop in your mind, don't they? Or they pop up on your memories on Facebook, don't they? Things like that pop up. It was her birthday the other day. She would have been 50, 54, I think she would have been, yeah. It's 32. No, it's not that hot up here. Like I say, we always have the sea breeze. So it's never quite as, when everybody else had that heat wave, we're like, where is the heat wave? We don't have it up here. It's not been that hot. Oh dear. Well, it's so quiet without the doggies. Oh, it was so funny today. Yeah, I was sorting out all my odd balls and everything, and I thought I'll put everything away. And the little one comes in and she went, stopped dead in her tracks, and she's going, and I thought, what's she doing? And it was a ball of white, sparkly funfair that she'd spotted, and she didn't know what it was. Yeah, and she's like, I bet she's thinking it's a fluffy white mouse or something. Mm. Oh God, Connie, no, I don't want autumn. No, thank you. We've not had much of a summer up here. Yeah. Well, hello there, Trev. How are you, my darling? It is a bit warm, isn't it? Sit on the end of the boat and dabble your feet in the water. You'll be fine, love. Mm. You put your feet. I could do with a bowl of cold water, actually. That's one thing we don't seem to possess. We don't have a washing up bowl. Yeah. Yeah, we only get a couple of days when it's too hot. Yeah, it's, as I say, we live too close to the sea for it to ever get too hot. We always have a sea breeze. Even on the hottest day, we have a sea breeze, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to buy a bowl. Next time I go to one of these cheap shops, I'm going to buy a washing up bowl and keep it in the bathroom just to put my feet in. I did have one of those spa things, but I don't know where it went. It was in the conservatory in its box for a while and then it's disappeared. So I don't know. I'll have to ask where it's gone. One of those spa things that go zzz when you put your feet in, yeah. Yeah. Well, we are honoured. We've got Trevor in the house. Nathan's in there somewhere as well. And Shad was in here somewhere, unless he's disappeared. Who else is in the dog? We haven't got Kaz in at the moment. She's must be sleeping. I'm sure you know most people though, Trevor, don't you? So, oh, Trevor, Sunday name, Trev. It's all quiet here. The dogs have gone away for the evening. Yeah, so I'm all on my own. There's no riotous parties going on now. I think that's next door. Mind if somebody was barbecuing chicken yesterday. Yeah. I mean, my stomach's been off and I've not been eating, but my goodness, I could have murdered a piece of that barbecue chicken. It smells really good when it floats through the air when somebody else is cooking it, doesn't it? Smells even better, really, than actually tasting it. My son said, well, you could have fired up the barbecue and got some chicken. I said, oh, that was too much of an effort. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, I've only got 19 thumbs up. Come on, people. Come on, people. There's 32 of you. Come on, come on, come on. Need a few more. I'm starting to get aggressive. RV Debs has moved and found a man. Did you find him by the side of the road? Eh? I never find anybody by the side of the... Well, I actually nearly run one over, actually, the other day, but... Oh, gosh, is that the one that Jill has? Yeah, I know who you mean now, yeah. I'm sure you'd be very sad, Jill. I can see hearts floating upwards. Yes, it's lovely, thank you. Whoever's giving me hearts. It's getting there slowly, but I've got another sleep to do, yeah. Yeah, I know who you mean, Jill. I think you've mentioned her before. I think I'm with it now. I think I know who you mean. I don't know how these women find men. I think I put them all off. No. Well, I'm not very welcoming, am I? I don't really want one, so I'm not very welcoming. It's not as if I go out looking for one. I don't. They'd have to come looking for me. That's all I can say. Oh, dear. I told you before, I'm looking for a millionaire with no relatives and one foot in the grave. Loaded, yeah, with no relatives. Who's not going to leave his money to the cat, so yeah. But that will never happen, so we can dream, can't we? Or I can dream I'll win the lottery. That won't happen either. Yeah, I remember. It's a while back, isn't it now? I remember the conversations we used to have about a certain person. We won't say too much on here, you know, because word gets around, doesn't it? Oh, dear. You never know who's watching. You never know who's lurking. We don't want any aggravation. I'm looking very Joni Mitchell. What with my glasses? I can't see a tap. I need to go to the opticians. Can't see anything. I'm like that, peering at the conversation because I can't see it. I've been trying to make an appointment at Specsavers, and I decided that I don't want to make an appointment at Specsavers. So I'm looking for a different optician. And now I've found one, I can't make an appointment because my scooter's on the blink. Yeah. And it's too far for me to go without the scooter. Yeah. Oh, the outfit. Do you like me glitter? Do you like me bit of glitter? Ooh, purple glitter. Ooh. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I know quite a few people on here that are a bit like that. Oh, poor me, I haven't got this. Poor me, I can't afford this. Poor me, poor me. And somebody always falls for it, don't they? I call it covert begging. They don't come right out and say, send me some money, but they do everything else but, yeah. You know, there's so many people I know that do the begging bit, yeah. Not me. Not me. No, if I can't afford it, I do without it. Or I save up for it, yeah. You know, I can't be doing with all this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't pay the electric bill. I don't know. I can't be doing with that. I could say, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't pay for a round the world cruise. Wouldn't get me anywhere. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to send me a ticket for that, are they? Unless it was a scam. I only get the scams. You know, the men pretending to be in the military that think I'm wonderful, but they've always got 6 sons that need money, don't they? No, go away. What am I making? I'm struggling my way through a cardigan. It's not growing, it's very fine. And I'm doing a sleeve at the minute. It was a machine cone and it's really thin. And it is just not growing. I'm sure it'll be nice when it's done. But I'm making myself not start anything else because I know if I put this down, I'll not pick it up again. So I'm only on the first sleeve. I've got another one to do as well. You need to get over in your diamond painting chair. Hello, Tinkerbell. Or Tinkerbella Rose. Yeah. I've never got into diamond painting. I know that Trev has, but I've just never have. I've got fat fingers like sausages that don't feel the ends of anything, so I know I'll be flitting bits of diamond painting everywhere. I'll be hoovering it up, yeah. Purple Prince in the house from Minneapolis. No, you can't be the Purple Prince. I'm a Purple Princess, yeah. Hi, Dawn. Yeah. No, I'd never be able to do that diamond painting. I can't pick up the pieces. Oh, I knocked a load of sequins over today. That was funny. Trying to get sequins off the carpet. I was in 2 minds whether to just get the hoover. Then I thought, no, have a bit of patience, Janet. Just pick them up. That was funny. Mind you, when my scooter was got, I nearly denuded myself the other day. My scooter, you know, I wear the big flowing skirt. It got stuck in the scooter wheel. Oh, I can't see. Blind as a bat, Trevor. I couldn't see the little holes to do the cross stitching. Yeah. Yeah, I nearly finished up in the altogether because my skirt was caught in the wheel. Luckily, I reversed and managed to untangle it without any rips. It was a very substantial skirt, thank goodness. It didn't tear. And I've done that before with another scooter. It finished up as a mini dress. It ripped right across. It got fast in the wheel. And I was crossing the road, so I couldn't really stop in the middle of the road. So it was just like ripping as I was going along. Yeah, finished up in the bin. It was beyond repair. Oh, I'm no good at sewing either. I'm really rubbish here. You can't do cross stitch anymore, no. My friend's crocheted herself a curtain. Oh, it's thin white cotton. Oh, I don't know how she's got the patience. It's got to take her a while. She's only done about that much. But oh my God. And she's following a chart as well, yeah. Hi, Sue. Yeah, well, it was a bit of a leg show when I ripped my skirt. Luckily, it ripped like as a mini skirt, so I was able to tuck the ripped bit over my knees to cover my modesty. But when I got home and looked at it, I thought, oh, that's past saving. That has to go in the bin. Yeah, I sort of lost a big ruffle off it, yeah. Oh, dear. These things are sent to try us, aren't they? Yeah. I did try a cross stitch once. It was supposed to be a little Christmas card. It was only that big. I think it was like a little robin or something on a branch. And I couldn't get on with it. My friend finished up finishing it for me. What happened to me package? It arrived eventually. Eventually it did arrive. And thankfully she was quite happy with it. I thought I was going to have to refund. It was a terrible time. I was having nightmares about it. But she liked it. That's more to the point. She was pleased with what I sent her. But she says she's going to call them all her travelling sweaters now. Don't ask me about cross stitch, Trevor. I haven't got a clue. I'm sure these ladies can help you out, but the only time I ever did anything like that was, is it called Aida? Where they've got, the holes in the fabric, and you just do like cross stitching. That's the only thing I've ever done, and I didn't even finish that. There's a girl at the library. She's got handicap issues, and she makes like little dinner mats out of that plastic, um, you know, things with holes in. Yeah, she just does cross stitches and things. She must have more mats than I know what to do with. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, can you get ice cream for all of us, Jill? Tell Mr. Fiber we want a big block. It's got to go round a few people. We're waiting to see a picture of Shad's tiny house because he's moved into it now. I don't know where Chris is. He must be cooking. He's not around yet. Oh, I'm very, very boring with ice cream. I like vanilla. Or if I'm pushed, rum and raisin. My daughter-in-law won't use them. She won't use. If I crocheted any, she wouldn't use them. And if I crochet them, I can't sell them. So I use washcloths, but I've got a lovely one that, not my Ian, Ian made for me. It's in sugar and cream in like a blue random. I use that in my bathroom. It's done in Tunisian. I need to master that. I need to master Tunisian. Yeah. Oh, I've got a pain. Excuse me while I just have a while it passes. This too shall pass. That's a bit better. Well, I'm still working on this flipping cardigan I've been working on for about the last 3 weeks, so it's not exactly speedy crochet, is it? I think the last time I worked on it was at Knit Club on Wednesday. I don't think I've worked on it since then. Hello, doll. Hello there. Listen, if I made it, it wouldn't even look like a boat of any description. When I think about it, when I was a kiddie, I used to do embroidery. My aunt was a wonderful embroiderer, and she taught me, well, there were no telly back in the days, whether you concentrated on things a lot more. You didn't have distractions like we do now. And I can't do embroidery to save my soul now, but she taught me to do all these lovely flowers and everything, yeah. I haven't got any of them left. When I came here, everything seemed to vanish. Everything I'd saved, everything that was memories, all seemed to go. I've got nothing of it left. No embroidered tablecloth left, no anything. Nothing left at all. All very sad. Mm. I've got some cardigan and some sweaters that my mum knitted me that I have kept. And I've got an Aran cardigan that my auntie knitted me. And I've got 2 skirts that I got in Carnival Street in the 70s. Apart from that, everything else seems to have gone. Yeah. I was sad because our Ian was sorting out the loft and he threw away his christening robe and his shawl and everything. And my mum had made that shawl. It was lovely. It would have passed on to a lovely baby, but he threw it all away. Threw it all down the tip. He said, I don't want to keep it. And he chucked it all away. I didn't find out about it until it had all gone. Well, my mum made that shawl. It was beautiful. It was all in 3-ply. Circular shawl, all lacy. I could have passed that on to somebody's baby. But no. And the christening robe and his little shoes. But no. He said, I don't want to keep them. And he threw them all down the tip. Tell you, I was heartbroken when I found out half of them. And my nativity set went as well that I'd kept from being a little girl. A little nativity. It's all memories, isn't it, when he was a child and that. Memories of Ian when he was a baby. I haven't got much of Ian when he was a baby. We didn't have a camera. So the only photographs I've got are the ones I borrowed my dad's camera for. So we've got very little of him when he was tiny. Other people have got reams and reams of photographs and cinnies and everything, and we don't have that at all. Oh, a rose, yeah. If I was cleaning out my parents' home, what would I keep? A beautiful glass fruit bowl that was in like shades of browns and oranges, and it had a horse's head in the centre. I don't know where that went. I think my brother had it, but it's probably gone by now because my brother's gone now. And I'm sorry I got rid of their furniture. My son said it wouldn't fit. It was too tall, which it wasn't for this bungalow. And my daughter-in-law swears me out it wouldn't fit. And I got rid of it all, and I wished I hadn't because now I've got crap IKEA, yeah, which I do not like at all. Crap white IKEA when I could have had beautiful Urkel wooden units, which I am so sad about. I wish to God they'd never persuaded me to sell them, yeah. And also, I wish I'd kept my mum's sock machine, but she sold that. She had a beautiful, proper metal sock machine that knitted fine socks. Yeah. You're having a fish fry for 25 people, catfish and bluegill. Well, I know what a catfish is, but I have no idea what a bluegill is. Now, if the word "be true" was on, she'd know what a bluegill was. I was listening to Alan Jackson this afternoon, and he was talking about blue marlin, so I know what that is. Yeah, I had a very mixed afternoon listening to music. I started off with Alan Jackson and Blake Shelton, and then I finished up with Il Divo. So I had a very mixed musical afternoon. Me, my musical taste does swap about all over the place, though. I think they call it an eclectic taste, don't they? When it means you can't settle on one thing. If you could see my CD collection, it's like all over the place. We've got the reggae in there, we've got ska. I've got a bit of, well, not opera, but I've got a bit of Andrea Bocelli and a bit of Il Divo. And then I've got Westlife and Boyzone, you know. So Gary Wright, who's Gary Wright? Do I know Gary Wright? Is he a singer or what? I'm not very well up with the names of people in groups. This last couple of weeks has been Dreamweaver. No, I still don't know him. This last couple of weeks has been this drummer's died, this guitarist died, and I'm like, I don't even know who they are. I'm not very well up with things like that. I know what I like. I like certain things. I haven't got a one thing that I listen to all the time. You know, like some people only listen to country and western. Some people only listen to rock and roll. You know, with my age group, you would think I would be into rock and roll, but I never liked Elvis. No, I don't own anything by Elvis, and I don't own anything by Cliff Richard. So I never bought them. I just wasn't into it at all. You know, like some people just, oh, Elvis crazy. They buy all the Elvis and they still play it, and I'm like, oh, move with the times a bit. I know it was all right, but get a bit more with it, a bit more modern. Oh, good evening, Munchkin. Now, if you mentioned the big country singers, then I might know them, yeah. My dad loved Andy Williams, yeah. He had lots of his LPs, they were back in the day. And he liked Frank Sinatra as well. But then he also liked Mrs. Mills, so you know, no accounting for taste, is there? Mabel Atwell. And he liked Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. He liked that as well. I used to like what was in the charts at the time when I was young. I used to be there listening to Radio Caroline, you know. Hi, Cars. You're in bed, are you? We don't know where Chris is. He's not arrived yet, but we've got Trev in. And we did have Shad, and we have got Nathan somewhere. And we've got Jill. She just sent Mr. Fibre to get some ice cream. So I do like my vanilla, especially if it's Cornish ice cream. Oh, you know, the one made with cream. Oh, I love that. Absolutely shouldn't have it because, you know, I don't have dairy really. But it's funny enough, ice cream doesn't upset me. I can't eat a lot of dairy and yet I can eat ice cream. It just shows they probably don't make it with milk. They probably make it with powdered whatnot, don't they? Because that doesn't upset my stomach in the slightest, yeah. Banana fritters, not the honey. No, banana fritters with ice cream, yep, but not with honey. I don't like honey. I'm a funny and I know, yeah. I've got some chocolate here. Do you know what? You can tell I've been ill. The last chocolate I ate was last Saturday when I had a Kit Kat. I have got M&S Belgian chocolate. And it's been in my drawer for a good month. Normally it would have been devoured by now. But that just shows I'm off my food. Yeah. Not losing any weight. I can't understand it. I'm barely eating anything and not losing weight. So what the heck's going on? Right, let's open it a little bit. I might treat myself to a couple of squares. Oh, well, that's good. I dropped a piece. I have to find it because it's poison for the doggies if I don't. Where did it go? Oh, I don't know where it went. Put the light down on it. Why can you never find anything when it drops on the floor? No idea where it went. I need to find it because if the dogs come in tomorrow and eat it, they'll be poorly. And I can't be having that. Oh, move my chair. Where has it gone? It's a full piece of chocolate, so it's gone somewhere, hasn't it? I'll have to move my chair, which I hate doing because I've just got it in the right position. Oh, well, that's a beggar. Where has it gone? How can you lose a piece of chocolate? No, can't find it. Aha, I've seen it. Can't reach it, but I've seen it. It'll be covered in fluff. Oh, I need one of those grabbers. Oh, gosh, I can't get it. Oh, I know where it is, but I can't get it. I'll get it later. I shall get it later because I know where it is now. Right now, I've got to put my chair back. Oh. think that's nature telling me I shouldn't be eating this chocolate. It says, right, she shouldn't be having this chocolate. We'll drop it on the floor. Oh, I'll eat the other 2 bits then. It's gone underneath my footrest, Trev. And I can't reach my footrest. I need to get me grabber thing from the bedroom to reach it. So I'll get it later. Oh, it's rather nice, that chocolate. I've not had it before. Mind if it's M&S, it usually is, isn't it? M&S is Belgian chocolate. What does it say? 1 million calories in each piece. Probably. That's the first bit of chocolate I've had since a Kit Kat last week. Which is rare for me. You know me and my chocolate. But I've not been eating. Never thought about that, Jill. I have got a back scratcher. Got a back scratcher. Good thinking. Now I need to put the light back so I can find it again. Oh, I still can't get it. Awkward. Awkward, awkward. I'll get it later. Hi, Lizzie. I didn't see you come in. Hi, Jane. Who else is missing? I think she means late to the party. I don't think he's a cross-dresser. Well, I don't know. You never know, do you? You don't know what people do behind. You know, I can't see them, so I don't know what they do behind there. Yeah. It could be a cross-dresser. I don't think so, but you never know, do you? You never know what gets on people do behind closed doors. You could be dressed in whatever. I don't know, Trev. You could be wearing your gold hot pants and your bikini top. You know, channeling your Kylie. Predictive text gets you. I typed, I'm sorting out my odd balls, meaning my balls of wool. And it typed my dad's balls. And my mate said, I didn't know your dad was still around with his balls. And I went, what? And she said, that's what you've just typed. And I went, oh, it's odd balls, odd balls. So I had to correct it. I didn't correct it on Instagram, though. I just corrected it on Facebook. At least my colours are tidy now. My cupboard's tidy. And my sewing I'm so pleased about my sewing cupboard. Not as I sew, but my sewing cupboard. Lovely and neat. All I need to do now is sew. The knitting clubs were great, yeah. I didn't go to the evening one because there wasn't one. They'd gone out for afternoon tea. and I didn't want to go. And apparently I didn't miss anything because it wasn't nice, so I'm glad I didn't go to the afternoon. I mean, my stomach was off anyway because I wouldn't have been eating anything, but apparently it wasn't nice. So I only went to one knit club on Wednesday. Feeling the pinch. No, my tummy's still off. I'm sick of it. That's why I've not been eating any chocolate. That's why I'm just eating a piece. I've only eaten 2 lots now, and I'm not eating any more. I don't risk it. Well, they keep telling me it's IBS, but there's no trigger. If I knew the trigger, I wouldn't eat it. But it can't be chocolate because I've not had any for a week, so. Oh, every time they just give me Gaviscon and tell me to take Buscopan. That's all they ever give me. Keep a food diary. I've been keeping a food diary for 15 years and I still haven't found that trigger. But it has been worse lately, so I don't know. I don't know. Today I had a poached egg on toast and fish fingers on a sandwich. And that's what I've eaten all day. Apart from that bit of chocolate just then. That's all I've eaten all day. Yesterday I had a toasted scone and some mashed potato. That's what I had yesterday. I don't know why the weight's not dropping off me, but it's not. Not losing any. And when my son said, well, cut the biscuits out, I said, I haven't had any. I haven't had any biscuits, I haven't had any sweets, I haven't had any chocolate. Yeah, they don't give me anything like that. All they do is give me a big bottle full of Gaviscon is all they give me. And the last one they gave me was aniseed flavour. Oh, that was a throw. But. Why have I got messages? Breaking. A woman rushed to hospital. What after doing what? After being rescued from the river. Oh, God. Why do they keep chucking themselves in the river? At least they found that bomber, haven't they? The one who escaped from prison. So we can all sleep in our beds tonight. My son was trying to say to me that it's gone worse since I had my diabetic injections back again, but I don't think so. I mean, I've been suffering with it for about 2 years now, so. And I was taking my diabetic tablets long before that, so I don't know what it is. All I know is my tummy doesn't like anything with spices, herbs, nothing. It doesn't like anything like that. They're still looking for the murder. Oh, well, we found ours. No, I have jabs that the celebs use for anti-fat, but mine is 1 a week for diabetes. But I believe it's very simple. I haven't been able to get them for months. I've only just got them this last month. It's because people are using them for anti-fat jabs. These celebs are paying a fortune for them. And it meant that I couldn't get them, for my diabetes. Because that's what they're meant for. They're meant for your diabetes, really. But I think I got more side effects when I didn't have them, when I stopped them. I didn't get them for, I think it was 3 months I couldn't get them because of these celebs buying them on the black market and stuff. But I believe when you stop using them, your weight balloons. So I hope they get really fat, all these people who are pinching my diabetic jabs. I hope they turn out like Mr. Blobby. Yeah. What am I making? I'm still making that flipping cardigan. I've been making for about the last 3 weeks, guys. You know when you feel like you're on the road to nowhere, you're crocheting and crocheting and not getting anywhere. It's very fine and on a fine hook, and I mean, no doubt it'll be nice when it's done. But by the time I've finished it, it'll be the wrong season, won't it? Because it's more of a summery one. It's very lightweight, as you can see. Oh. So, am I going to any craft fair? No. My friend's doing a craft fair, and she asked me did I want to go with her, but it's in a little church that's like on off the beaten track, and she did one before. They don't advertise it. So, you only get the congregation really coming. That's the problem when you're doing these churches that do them. They don't advertise it properly. You can't find any wool for it. Look online. Cars, you'll never find it. Oh, our wool shop's opened again. She was having structural work done to it, and she wasn't supposed to be opening until the end of October, but they must have finished the work sooner because she has finished it off. Yeah, I've seen what I want to crochet next. It was in one of the, I don't know whether it's in Inside Crochet or Simply Crochet. It's a cardigan that's all done in different colours, and I thought, ooh, it says 150 gram of all these colours, and I thought, oh, I've got all them bits in my cupboard. So it'll be like Jacob's coat of many colours when I do it, won't it? Yeah. Oh my goodness me, Jane. Now, when I had my colonoscopy, they found I had diverticulitis, which means pockets in your bowel that don't empty out, which is nice, isn't it? And they found some polyps, which they took away. And the rest of it, they just concluded was my IBS. So it was like, go away, go forth, you are fine, yes. No, the emu pearl's long discontinued, very, very sadly. I don't think there is anything like it at the moment. It was very silky. It was like a rayon, like a silk thing with a twist in it. It was. Um, I can't think of anything that's like that. If I made it again, I would do it in a cotton or something like that. Cotton mercerized, preferably if you can get it. But I wouldn't do it in wool or acrylic, unless it was a crepe. Be nice in crepe because that gives you a crisp finish. Yeah, I'd try and find a mercerized cotton. Yeah. You've got a question for me, have you, Michelle? So long as it's not rude, I will answer you. Yeah. Your name is Brock and not Michelle. Well, that's up to you, my darling. Yes. If it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me, dear. We are very open-minded on this channel. It's velvet. It's velvet. I love a bit of velvet. Can't beat a bit of velvet. Especially purple. Purple velvet. I'm not the prince, by the way. Do I have anything silk? No, not real silk. I can't afford real silk. I've got silky things, but they tend to be man-made. Real silk's a bit... It's very difficult to look after, actually. I did have a real silk blouse once, and if you get a little stain on it, it's murder. You cannot get it out. Do I have a silk blouse? No, I don't. No. I don't wear blouses as a rule, yeah. No. Yeah. Gosh, real silk's a pain in the backside if you spill anything on it, a bit of grease or anything. Oh. Yeah, he was being a bit, yeah. He was, yeah, you're right there. But if you ever have anything silk, you cannot get a stain out of it. I did have a real silk blouse once. When I was richer, of course, yeah. But if you get a little spot, I tried washing up liquid, I've tried all the stuff. And if you try anything like Vanish, it leaves a stain, yeah. Just lost my show, what? Whatever, it was nothing to do with me. I don't have anything to do with it. I mean, that, what do you call it, said he'd been deleted or blocked or something. I never blocked him. But he went round telling everybody I'd blocked him off. What was he called? Rick or something? The one that used to want talking about Japanese music all the time. I never blocked him, so I don't know why he thinks he's been blocked. And I did look at my list of people who were blocked and he wasn't on it, so I don't know why he thought that. Yeah, that one who wanted like Japanese music all the time. I can't think of his name now. Pacific something guy, yeah. Apparently he's been going around saying I've blocked him, but I never blocked him. As far as I know, he just vanished. Well, if you know that, Jane, let me know, because I've been feeling nauseous for about the last month and a half. And I just don't want to eat either. So, I don't know. They do say drink ginger, don't they? Ginger beer and ginger. Yeah, I don't know why he can't get in my group, because I looked at, you look at your banned list and he's not on it. So I don't know why he can't get in, because I haven't done it. I haven't banned him. I mean, he got on my nerves at times, but I didn't ban him. So why he can't get in, I have no idea. So if he asks you again, just tell him I didn't do it and he's not on my banned list, so I don't know why he can't do it. Yeah, Pacific Northwest, yeah. He says I've blocked him, but I haven't. Yeah. You can go into it and see who you've blocked. You can go into all that and see all the names, and he's not on it. So I don't understand. I know nothing. I mean, I accidentally blocked one lady, but I managed to put her back on again because she was in my ban list, so I unbanned her, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Well, we weren't exactly friends, but he did used to come on every week, but I certainly didn't ban him. I certainly didn't block him. So I don't know what happened there. If he can't get in, I don't know why. No idea. Yeah. He had some strange ideas, I must admit. Sometimes I had to pull him up and say, look, we're not talking about that. But apart from that, we do sometimes get some strange ones. We do. Some oddities. I love the heat normally. I don't like the clammy heat. I like the heat, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, I can't understand it, Kath. I really cannot understand it because I didn't do it, yeah. Hello, word be true, yeah. Yeah, we've missed him, haven't we? He's here. You've missed Shad. He's gone fishing. No, he's gone to a fish bake. Not a fish. Not fishing. Bluegill and crawfish or something. Crab, crawfish. He's gone. He's gone to a fish bake anyway. So you've missed him today. And we still haven't seen Chris. I don't know where Chris has gone. Chris, where are you, Chris? Are you cooking? Are you sleeping? Where are you? It's unlike Chris, not to come in. He'll arrive when he's probably forgot. He has a habit of forgetting what day it is or something. Yeah, I've only blocked a couple. Usually the ones that come in begging or spouting religion at me. That's what I block them. I can't be doing with that. There's certain things I don't stand for, Trev. I don't stand for, as you know, racial, homophobic, religion. They start spouting about that, they have to go, yeah. I like everything to be even. Yeah. Oh, well, by and large, I've only blocked about 3 people, I think. All the other people have disappeared by choice. I know I blocked one woman that kept spouting about I didn't love God because I wouldn't let her spout bloody prayers on my channel. Plus the fact she wanted everybody to subscribe to her because she was growing her channel. I thought, out of here, gone. Jill. Oh, that's a bit cruel of Trev. Blocking him because he said hello. No, I can't be doing with all the Jesus and Mary people. No, no. Praise be, pray for me. Oh gosh, no. I can't be coping. It's all right having a religion. You can have your religion. You can have whatever religion you want. Just don't force everybody else to listen to it as well. You like me glasses? They're not. They're just cheap um, reading glasses off the eBay or something. Oh, I know. When they come on saying, pray for me, and all that, I'm like, are you dying? And then it's like, no, pray for me. I've got to go to the dentist, or pray for me. I've got to go for. Oh, I think, for goodness sake. You know, I can understand somebody saying, pray for me, I'm dying or something, but not the rest of it. Well, we all know you're a floozy, Jill. I'm a floozy. I don't care. I don't care. I'd rather be a floozy than a prude. La, 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 la. I need to know whether that will fit in my armhole, because I'm not doing it to the pattern, as you might have guessed. Oh, Kaz loves the predictive text, does Kaz? Yeah. You're not one that wants to pray for everybody, are you, Jane? No, no. I know it's a year since we lost the Queen, isn't it now? Huh? Oh, dear. No, I can't be doing with these pray for me. I've got toothache, pray for me, I've got this. No, I can't be coping with it. Can't be coping with it. If you've got something seriously wrong with you. Mm. Oh, yes, unless they're very ill, but I don't want it. Pray for me, I'm going to the dentist. Pray for me, I'm going, I've got earache. Nah, can't be coping. They'd always be on the knees, wouldn't they? For goodness sake. Right, I've got to find the back of my cardigan. Oh, wherever I've put it. It could be around here somewhere. Because I've tidied, don't forget, so I don't know where anything is because I've tidied up. Uh-huh. Oh, I found it. Lucky me, I have found it. There you are, I've got a skirt on, see. Ooh. No, it's not silk. Ah. Right, let's see if it fits in the armhole. I don't think it does yet. I think I've got to do some more increasing. All alone to be alone. Oh, Janet, you're way off beam. I'm only there and I've got to go to there. I've got to do a lot more widening. A lot more widening still to be come. Oh, I wouldn't mind, but I've got another sleeve to do when I've done this one. Oh, joy, oh, joy, oh, joy. Ah. It's like a labour of love. Do you ever go off things in the middle and you know you've got to finish them? Because you've gone too far to give it up, yeah. I'll probably like it when it's done. But it's getting it done. And the trouble is this cone of yarn is not going down. It's still nearly as big as it started. It looks very purple on there, and it's not, it's very aubergine. Aubergine. Eh. The knowledge and wisdom. I haven't got either, so go on, tell me. Oh, I can't wear jeans. Oh, you run out of yarn. I can't wear jeans. There's too many seams in my nether regions and they hurt me. Jeans are double seamed. They have that thick double seaming, and then when they all meet in the middle, oh my God, no. The most uncomfy things I've ever worn. Yeah, I wear skirts most. I do wear trousers, just not jeans. I haven't owned a pair of jeans since I was about 30. Definitely not a blue jeans girl. I'm a dresses and the skirts girl. Or slacks or whatever you want to call them. You know, proper trousers, yeah. Leggings I will only wear underneath something. I do not like to see leggings worn as a garment, especially if you're wearing a short top. No! Cover it up, dear. Yeah, you're right there, Trev. I will never understand that tomato is a fruit. I know it's got seeds, but, you know, I don't wear leggings at all, no. Well, I do, but I wear them underneath something for warmth. I don't go out in them. If you go out in and wear a long top that covers your essential equipment, do not wear a short top to your waist and a pair of leggings. Not a pretty look, unless you're twiggy. Oh, there was a lady in Fleetwood with a pair of them flesh-coloured ones, and she had a backside on her like that. I thought, oh, for goodness sake, woman, what are you thinking? Do you not have a mirror? They cannot have a full-length mirror. They can't possibly think they look good in them. Oh, it was grotesque, all I can say. They might as well have been naked. Oh, eh. You know how people don't care? They have no pride. Either that or they don't possess a mirror. They must only look at that bit before they go out, yeah. I know, Jane, it's horrible, isn't it? I know people say, oh, they can wear what they want. My dad used to say, yeah, but I've got to look at them. You know, they should have more thought about the people who have to look at them. Yeah, when you can't tell the front from the back, Jane, when they're wearing leggings. Not a pretty look, is it? Yeah. Oh, I've always got to be dressed. I couldn't go out in pajamas like some of them do. I did once go out in my nightie with my coat over the top. I couldn't sleep and it was near Christmas and I thought, right, I'm going to do some Christmas shopping. It was about 2 or 3 in the morning and I thought, there'll be nobody in Tesco, they won't see. So I put my shoes on and my nightie was only to my knees. So I put my coat over the top, thought nobody will notice. Bloody Tesco's was packed. I think they were all doing the same thing, putting the coats over the nighties, yeah. What did you miss? We're talking about people who wear leggings when they've got front bottoms as well as back bottoms, yeah. And they're wearing a short top, yeah. That's what you missed. Yeah, scruffy folk, yeah. When you can see all what they've got through their leggings and you're like, not a pretty sight. Cover it up, love. Cover it up. All your wherewithals are on shape. Oh, man, you men who wear jogging bottoms with no underwear. I don't like that either. You are seeing far too much of their anatomy as far as I'm concerned. You know, if you're going to wear baggy jogging bottoms, at least put some decent undies on, yeah. It might be to each their own, but we have to look at them, Jill. Oh, you can't help it but looking at them, can you? Oh. They've got these tight leggings on, and then they've got a baby in the pram, and then they bend over the pram. And you're like, oh, harvest moon. Man, it's back to school time, isn't it? These sweet little things with these little belts that they call a skirt, yeah. And then they say, oh, my daughter's got sent home from school because she's not wearing the correct uniform. No, she's gone in her high heels, hasn't she, in a skirt that's up round her backside. That's why she's got sent home, love. That sounds about right, Trev, yeah. Yeah. But some of the kids going to school, honestly. It's a school. It's you go there to learn. It's not a fashion show. And I can't understand why parents like get on their high horses because the kids get sent home because they're not wearing correct uniform. And I'm like, well, you know, a uniform's there for a purpose. It's so that everybody looks the same, the rich and the poor. And it's a class leveler. So no, it's not right for your kid to go in expensive designer trainers. They go in school uniform, as far as I'm concerned, yeah. Because that was the whole idea of a school uniform, was to level everybody out. Oh, I know some of the parents. Yeah. One bloke's complaining because they made his daughter take off these unsuitable shoes and shoved her in a pair of school shoes that had been left behind, you know, in the locker room or whatever. And he's going, she had sore feet all day because they made her wear these other shoes. And I'm like, oh dear, what a shame, never mind. She shouldn't have gone in inappropriate shoes in the first place. They tell you quite plainly, you cannot wear shoes with a logo on, or you can't wear trainers. And what do? They send the kids to school in a pair of flipping trainers, yeah. Oh, I know big people shouldn't wear leggings, but if you say that, you get told off, don't you? If you say big people should, well, what we mean is big people shouldn't wear leggings with a short top. Yeah. Oh, God, there's some fat teenagers about, isn't there? I am not using the word obese, I'm using the word fat. I'm fat, but I'm not a teenager, and I wasn't fat when I was a teenager. And I dread to think what these poor girls are going to look like when they get my age. They're going to be that fat, they're going to be waddling. They don't walk to somebody was they were I watch a program called Talking TV. It's about the old things, and they show old films, and they show black and white things and that. And they were saying, like, they don't do the Green Cross Code anymore and all that, and, like, this bloke was saying, "Well, nobody walks." Our senior school, turning out time, you cannot get near it for cars. We're not talking little kiddies here. We're talking kids, what, 12 and upwards? Have to be picked up and taken to school, come off it. What's wrong with them? They're not walking down country lanes. They're walking down a main road with traffic. They're not going to get in any danger unless they get run over. Let them walk, for heaven's sake. Yeah. No, they don't eat proper meals. I don't, well, I mean, I watch these programs, where people are like on the breadline, or so they say, and yet none of them could actually cook a nourishing meal, like, a stew or some homemade soup out of some vegetables and things. You don't. My mum used to make meals out of practically nothing, but none of them know how to do it. If they can't afford McDonald's, they think they're starving. Right, your word be true. Bye bye now. Oh no, they get to choose their meals at school, don't they? They get to choose. I mean, a kid's not going to choose a salad, is it? Unless you make him. They're going to choose burgers, aren't they, or pasta or something. They're not going to choose anything that's. Yeah, we had proper school dinners, but bear in mind that I was lucky with my school. Really, they were cooked on the premises. It wasn't shipped in and warmed up. Yeah. Yeah, well, we didn't have a fridge for a long, long time because don't forget how ancient I am, Trevor. We didn't even have a fridge. We had a marble shelf in the pantry, and in that we used to have what we called a meat safe. It was a little wooden cupboard with like mesh on it to stop the flies. Yeah, and you didn't keep meat or anything. You just bought it as you wanted it. But now everybody buys. That's why they overbuy, because they buy for the week, don't they? Thinking that they're going to use all this food up, and of course they don't. And then they throw it away. I think most households there's more food in the bin than there is in themselves. Yeah. You buy too many vegetables and they all go off. You buy some tomatoes, and next time you look, they're all mushy. Ugh. Yeah. Good night, Trish. We very rarely got chips at our school. I don't know whether it was hard for them to fry them up, like, to serve so many people at one time. So we didn't really, rarely ever had chips. Yeah, well, I don't do the shopping. Well, I do my own bits and pieces, but my daughter-in-law shops every couple of days, really. She doesn't do a week's shopping at once. Yeah, I always cooked. But when I had the shop, I had all those shops around me. So I could decide I wanted like pork chops for tea or something and go and buy them, yeah. I didn't have to decide at the weekend, like, oh, I might need pork chops on Wednesday or something like that. When I had the shop, I was a little shops all around me. I had a green fruit shop, I had a butcher's, I had the co-op supermarket. So I used to decide on the day what we were going to have, more or less, unless I'd bought it the day before and put it in the slow cooker or something like that. But by and large, I used to buy fresh almost every day, yeah. But, times change and things move on. And when I became like dependent on a scooter and that, I did used to shop once a week, more or less. Well, twice a week, maybe. Because sometimes when the weather was bad and I had a little scooter and I would get soaking wet through if I went shopping. And it only held a small amount of shopping on my scooter anyway, a couple of bags and it was full. So my niece used to sometimes take me on a Saturday, and do the big shop so that she could carry, it back home for me, yeah. Well, I very rarely eat fast food. My idea of fast food is to go to the local chippy, which about every month we go and get fish and chips or something. Well, in my case, fish and peas because I don't eat fish and chips. Um, that's my idea of fast food, really. I haven't been to McDonald's and I can't remember when. And the last time I was left on my own when they went away for a fortnight, I ordered KFC and it was absolutely awful. I thought, why did you do that? Why did you order KFC? It was horrible. The painkillers have kicked in a little bit, yeah. It was my own fault for doing the cupboards out, isn't it? Bending, stretching, sorting cupboards out, yeah. Righty-ho, you're going to go to bed now, are you, Cal? Well, you're actually in bed, aren't you? But you're going to go to sleep now. No, I don't even go to Subway, really. I do sometimes buy a sandwich from the sandwich shop, but they make everything fresh there, yeah. If you go in, they're not made up. You go in and you say what you want on your sandwich and they make it for you. I do go there occasionally. That's the one thing I don't like. My son, I drive him mad because they'd love to make curries. They'd have curries all the time, and I won't eat a curry. He said to me the other day, "We never know what to cook for you." I said, "I'm plain cooking. I like egg and chips, sausage and mash, a baked potato with some cheese and beans, cottage pie, but without all the herbs and the God knows what in. I just like plain stuff because that's the way I was brought up. And I think the way you were brought up is the way you tend to be. And I think that's why I get a bad stomach is because I can't deal with spices and herbs and bits and pieces, yeah. I just like things with just salt and pepper. If I could, I can't sit in the kitchen because when I was in my other kitchen, I had a perching chair, which I don't have anymore. So I cannot stand in the kitchen to chop vegetables up. And we don't have a table in the kitchen. I can't sit down, to prepare food. Um, I just can't do it, So that's why I don't cook because I can't even stand to peel potatoes. We have a dining table, but it's in the dining room, which is nowhere near the kitchen. Yeah. Right, thank you, Kaz. Is Jill going as well? Are you going as well, Jill? Are you blowing hearts at my Trev? No, Nathan's been in before. He just tends to lurk about, don't you, Nathan? He lurks. Oh, are you leaving us, are you, Joe? Okie dokie. Bye for now. Oh, do you know, I'll be crocheting these sleeves in my sleep. They're just not growing at all. Not growing at all. Hi, Lydia. How you doing? You pouring some wax melts. I bought some wax melts. They smelled at first when I put them in the burner, and then they just stopped smelling. Don't know why. It was really lemony when I burnt it at first, and now it's still there. But when I light the thing underneath it, it doesn't smell of anything now. I don't know whether the smell burns away and you just get left with this yellow wax or what. I need to scrape it out and start again. Yeah, they probably are cheap. They weren't cheap, but they probably are cheap ones, if you know what I mean. Cheap ones, but expensive prices, yeah. Yeah, it smelled really lovely when I lit it at first, and then it went off. Oh, I'm getting fed up of doing this and it not growing. I'm having a break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Except I'm going to have a piece of chocolate. Ooh, I must remember about that piece of chocolate underneath. Our doggies eat it, they'll be very poorly. It's funny how dogs are attracted to things that make them ill, isn't it? A bedspread? Jane, you must be bonkers making a bedspread. That would be my idea of hell, crossing my way through a bedspread. I made a throw, that was bad enough with all them blinking squares. I think there was 190 squares I made. Oh, that was a labour of love. Never making another, tell you. Sticking to pram blankets from now on. I did make a little blanket for my scooter and never used it because, of course, I now got the other scooter. So Michael's have a great deal. Ah, that sounds about right, Lydia, yeah. It's like how they tempt you into it and then they say, oh, it never was there in the first place. I bet nobody got it at that price. I've heard about things like that happening. They say, oh, it was listed the wrong price. And you find that nobody's got it at that price. It's not like other people have got it and you haven't. It's like to tempt you in. Or they'll say, no, we don't have that at that price, but we do have it at this price, yeah. I've got a load of hats made up, but I don't think it's what... some of them they could wear for the homeless. They're not that bright, some of them. But You know, they don't like colours where they're going to stand out, do they, you know? It's no good making them a lime green one or a shocking pink one. If they're in a doorway, they want to merge in with the background, don't they? They don't want a bright pink hat on. I've got a load of crochet hats. We'll sort them out. I used to knit a load on my little, you know, my little whizzy machine thing. But I've not had that out since I came here. It's in the shed, in a box. But I've got the Addy, and the Addy tends to like, you know, American thickness number 4. If I make the hats in double knit, they come out a bit small. If I make the hats in Aran, some of it's a bit thick and it's really hard going, which is not good for your machine needles. But I did have a little bit of like thickness American 4. What's a dream? Must be only catering to American thicknesses. You should have one for English. England should make one that uses double knit. I don't feel like buying another machine like the Centro or whatever. I think the Centro's got 2 or 3 more needles than the Addy. I'm not sure. But for what I use it for, I don't feel like buying another machine. I mean, I've got the baby Addy as well. And people in America have made little kiddie hats with them, but when I made them in double knit, they were like for a premature baby. Well, mine wouldn't do chunky. Mine would really grab. Mind you, when I had the big knitting machine, I used to run the wool over like a candle, you know, a wax candle. Just puts a little bit of coating on the wool and then it knits a lot easier. But I've never tried it with the Addy. You know, like rewinding the wool with your wool winder, but running it over a candle. Or beeswax is better if you can get a lump of beeswax. And I got rid of all of that when I, you know, got rid of my knitting machines. I often wonder what happened to my knitting machine because the lady that picked it up, she was as thick as 2 short planks. And she bought me a machine and I gave her all these patterns and all these everything and all the attachments. And I swear to God, I bet she's never been able to do it because she looked as thick as, yeah. But she paid, well, she didn't pay for it. She paid nothing for it, but that's by the by, isn't it? Because knitting machines just don't hold the price these days. Oh, we've got an ad coming up, so it tells me. Sorry about that, people. I don't put the ads in, by the way, in case you're wondering. A best-selling yarn at the wool shop, yeah, wash and wear crepe, double knit crepe. Sirdar wash and wear was the best-selling yarn we ever had. It sold consistently all through all the years we ever had a wool shop. That and Emu Superwash double knitting. Who put what in, Jane? Oh, the adverts, YouTube put them in. I don't have anything to do with them. They just suddenly decided that they're going to put adverts in lives. I don't know why. I get paid peanuts, so I don't know why. Because I don't really, it's not done for the money, believe me, Jane. The ads, yeah, YouTube put them in. I wouldn't mind if they paid me. They pay you pennies. It takes about 3 months to get any kind of a payment whatsoever, smidgy little payment. I don't know how these people get millions, because it certainly ain't me. As far as putting ads, I mean, I think the last time I worked it out, I did 3 hours on a live, and I think I get about £3. That's all I ever get, yeah. Or the ads come on the iPad, but not on the TV. Oh, okay, Val, yeah. Yeah, it's the dearest yarn in the world. Oh, my God, probably hand-dyed something or other, isn't it? Some idiot will buy it, whatever it is, the most expensive yarn in the world, because some people have this snobbery value. They think that, just because they paid a fortune for it, it's much better. They just, I always say, it doesn't make your crochet any better. They come on your phone. I'm very sorry about it, Jane, but I can't do anything about it. They just put them in. Yeah, cashmere, or there's all kinds of kangaroo and yak and all this jazz, isn't there? I mean, people pay, what, 30 and £40 for a little skein, don't they? And I'm like, oh my God. I have got some skeins that I've paid like £16 for, but very few and far between, and I just pat them. They're far too good to make socks with, you. I buy them because if I treat myself to one because I love the colour of it, and then I don't know what to do with it, yeah. I had a little thing I knitted one time, and it was a kangaroo with dungarees on, and it was from Serdar, and I knitted it, and it was called Woolly Jumper. Well, that was my handle when I was on the CB radio. It was Woolly Jumper. So I knitted this kangaroo with the dungarees. And, yeah. I don't know what happened to him. I had him for ages. And he just vanished. Like a lot of things in my life vanish. Usually men. Did they vanish or were they pushed? The husband was pushed. The love of my life, he vanished off with somebody else, yeah. I still miss him. 23 years later, and I still miss him. Never mind, the one that got away. There's always one, isn't there? Always one that you will always love. And you wonder if you would if you meet them again, or whether they would have changed. It's just that you keep that memory of how it used to be, yeah. Your son gets rid. Yeah, my son used to get rid of all my men when he lived at home. He had that way of frowning at them and looking at them, and yeah. Yeah, the love of my life would never move in with me because my son was living with me at the time and they didn't get on. So that was partly one reason why he didn't stay around, I think. But, having said that, you don't know whether it would have worked out or not. I like to think it would have done, but maybe that's just my wishful thinking. And also, as time goes by, you do tend to put them on a bit of a pedestal. Were they really as gorgeous as you think they were, yeah? I mean, 23 years has gone by now. He might have bad habits I don't like now. Oh, dear. I don't think he regrets it. I don't think he misses me at all. Still, the one that got away. He doesn't watch, so I'm all right. He doesn't watch me. Well, I don't think he does. I should be very surprised if he did. He's probably out in the pub somewhere. Sometimes you think I'd love to see them again, just to see whether the spark is still there, or whether you look at them and think, oh my God, what was I looking at? What was I thinking? It might just put it to rest, but like, because he was the one that got away, you always have this sort of love for them, don't you? You know, you always think they're wonderful. And no, he wasn't, Michelle. He wouldn't know what a silk blouse was. He wasn't that kind of guy. No, I know he won't watch me. He's not that interested, sadly. But like you say, I don't know what. I would like to meet him again just to see whether there was still the spark. But maybe that would be worse if there was still a spark on my side and none on his. Yeah. Maybe I'm better off not knowing. Yeah. Still, we don't live anywhere near each other, so it's not like I'm likely to run into him in Tesco or something. When we both lived in Manchester, I used to think sometimes I may bump into him, in Manchester, but he wasn't a shopper, so unless he's widowed now, but widower now. But unless his late wife used to take him shopping, he's not the kind of guy that would go shopping. Definitely not a clothes horse. My ex-husband loves shopping, but only electrical things. He dragged me round Curry's and B&Q and places like that. He wasn't really interested in clothing unless he needed something. And he definitely wasn't interested if I were looking at clothing. It was like, come on, come on, come on. Are you going to buy that? Well, stop looking at it then. When you stop and look in the shoe shop, are you buying a pair of shoes or what? Come on then, come on, come on. And then sometimes if I'd said I was going to Manchester, he'd say, oh, I'll take the day off and I'll come with you. And I'm like, oh, please, no. Because I couldn't look at anything. He'd say, come on, let's go in Curry's or let's go in wherever. Oh, dear. Are you going to say goodbye? Well, it's lovely to see you, Trev, if you know what I mean. View you, chat to you, whatever. Yeah. Well, have a nice night, and I hope you enjoy whatever it is you're eating. What were you eating? I forgot what you said. And may all your stitches be crossed, yeah. I hope you managed to do your narrowboat. I can't offer to help you because I'm useless. Can't see it, even. Yeah, and my ex-husband used to hate going food shopping as well. He'd put all sorts of things in me trolley, like shoe polish and stuff, and oil for the car and everything like that. And then when we get to the checkout, he used to say, how much? I can't believe you've spent that much on food. And I'm like, no, you've put about 6 quid's worth of stuff in it yourself. When he left, I think we had about 6 tins of black shoe polish because he kept buying it. Oh, I want some dubbing. No, you don't want dubbing. You've got a blooming pile of dubbing in the kitchen. No. And I don't think people clean shoes these days. Shoes are not like that anymore. You don't have shiny shoes, do you? My dad used to shine his shoes every night. Put his shoes on a piece of newspaper and shine his shoes up every night. And he was only a butcher. Well, I say only a butcher, but I mean, he was behind the counter. Nobody would have looked at his shiny shoes. But it was like a force of habit, you know, from him being in the army, and he had to shine the boots up. And he used to do my school shoes as well. Even my sandals used to get polished. You knew it was summer, didn't you, when you got took for a pair of Clark's sandals? Always the same, always brown. I used to think, can I not have a pair of coloured ones, Mum? Because there were red ones and navy blue ones. No, no. I think the brown ones must have been cheaper. I always had the brown ones. Always Clark's, always sandals, always the same style. And then when it was time to go back to school again, you got your lace-up brogues, didn't you? Never anything fashionable. Mind you, we weren't allowed at the grammar school. We weren't allowed them anyway. Oh, gosh, no, we never had... I don't think there were jellies back in my day. Don't forget how old I am. I think jellies came much later. We used to have pumps, what you call plimsolls or whatever now. They weren't trainers, they were just pumps, yeah. Paid you back for oil in the car. Gosh, you're lucky. My ex-husband used to moan about the price of my food bill when he put all that stuff on it. And he used to say, you pay for it separately. Well, I haven't got my wallet. Yeah, you never take your wallet, do you, when we go shopping? Because back in the day, it was all cash. Or a cheque. Do you remember when you used to have to write a cheque for your groceries? There was no bank card. Well, there was a bank card. Your bank card was your guarantee for your cheque. The signature had to match, yeah. And I worked at Asda years ago, part-time. I had another job as well. I could never read their signatures to match their bank cards. And I always used to have to call for the supervisor, and the person that was giving me the cheque would get all irritated with me. But I honestly couldn't read them, yeah. Oh, ours was all navy blue. Yeah, right. I found a checkbook when I was moving. I thought, what's this? It was a checkbook. Should have kept it for posterity. Yeah, you used to write checks, didn't you, and put them in the post, you know, to pay for your electric bill and stuff like that. You know, before there was direct debits and everything like that. They used to be called standing orders. When I worked at the bank, you could make a standing order for so much. That's what they were called. They weren't called direct debits, they were called standing orders. You just mailed a cheque. I've never mailed a cheque in years, yeah. Gosh, they charge you a fortune for a postal order, don't they? You know, if you were to buy a £10 postal order, it'd probably cost you about £15. Yeah. I haven't had to deal with DVLA for a long, 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 long time. 17 years. I gave up my driver's license. I didn't renew it. I would have had to renew it when I was 70, but I hadn't driven since I was 60-something, and I didn't own a car, so I couldn't see the point of paying I don't know how much money to renew my driver's licence. And I have to answer all the questions because I've got sleep apnea, so you've got to have letters from the hospital saying that it's controlled and that you're not in danger of nodding off while you're driving. I couldn't be bothered. I thought, nah, I'm not going to drive, it's not worth it. And you don't need a driver's licence to drive the scooter. As I have witnessed many times with little old dears who've never had a driver's licence. I have no idea how to drive a scooter. Ramming it into everybody. They've no idea how to guide it. They can't go backwards. I think they should have to pass some kind of a test before they let them loose on a scooter. Some of the ones around here, God, they could have never driven a car. I have no idea. A dodgem car they may have driven, but nothing else. Ah, my knee's locked. Anybody else's knees lock? Is it just me? I've got a fake knee, and that one locks just as much as the other one locks. I mean, I've had it now for about, oh gosh, nigh on 15 years. I think they wear out, you know. I don't know how long they're supposed to last. But I think mine's wearing out. Oh. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. La-la-la-la-la-la. I'm running out of things to say today. What time is it, Mr. Wolf? 23:20. Can't see a tap. Need to get my eyes tested. Yours does as well, does it? Mine just locks. And to unlock it is very painful. But we can cope with pain. We are a grown-up. We are stoic. We do not moan. Does anybody else hate moany videos? I hate moany videos. You know, when you go on and every video they make, oh, I've not been moaned today. And you're like, oh, God, here we go again. They do. Actually, hips are much better. I need a new hip as well. I got told I needed a new knee about 20 years ago, and I only had one done. And I got told I needed a new hip about 10 years ago. And I said, I'll wait until I really need it. And then, of course, now I wouldn't be able to get it done because the waiting list would probably be longer than my life. But I will soldier on. I don't like operations anyway. I don't like hospitals unless I have to go. I'm not one of them that's forever at A&E, you know. Urgent care or whatever you call it. I only go there if I'm really poorly. You know, if ever I go to the doctors, I always feel like saying, well, you know I'm ill because otherwise I wouldn't be here. I'm not one of these that you see every 2 minutes. You don't see me for years, you. Huh? That's funny that, because I watched some bizarre programs on the television, and I watched one where there was a young lass. Her ankle had gone peculiar because had juvenile arthritis from being very young, and she had an ankle replacement. You know, the ankle joint thing. I'd not seen that before. I mean, obviously they don't show you the after effects, how long it takes for it to heal up, do they? But it looked very complicated. You know, putting this joint thing in. But I mean, the poor girl, she was only young and she'd suffered with this juvenile arthritis from being little. I just don't really feel. Some days when my hip's bad, I think, I'm going to get that new hip. And then other days I think, no, I can't be bothered. Why subject yourself to something that you... I mean, if it gave way or something like that, or the pain was so excruciating I couldn't stand it any longer, then I would go. But at the moment, I just think, take your tablets and stop moaning. Get on with it. People are worse than you. Get on with it. Oh, dear. That's why I don't like tuning into some people's videos. It's just one constant whine. It's not just 1 week, it's every time you tune in. It's a whine, 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 whine. And I'm like, why do I watch this? Anyway, I don't anymore and I've stopped. I thought you can whine on your own time. But they still get views and they still get people. Maybe some people like listening to people whine. I don't. Oh, I think I'm getting tired now. I think my tidiness caught up with me. I've still got to finish off the table tomorrow and allegedly go into the shed, but I don't think I want to go. I have to psych myself up to going in the shed. I've just dumped a big bag, like got into it and just dumped it down, and I don't like things all over my floor. Even if they're in a bag, I don't like it. I like things to go on the shelf out of the way. So that's going to really annoy me when I walk into the shed and there's a big black bin bag stuck in the middle. I'm going to be like, no, move it. Anything's too much. I think I've got lazy-itis. I do something for 5 minutes and sit down for 10. That's my speed these days. You know, when you think about it, when you were younger and you used to whiz round your housework and now just the thought of it. I used to get up on a Sunday morning and start upstairs. Bathroom, no, the bedding was always the first. I used to strip the bed off, throw it down the stairs. Not the bed, the bedding. And then I used to put all new sheets and everything on. Then I used to start in the bathroom, clean all the bathroom, and then I had an upstairs hoover. So I used to hoover around the upstairs and do all that. And then I would go downstairs, recover the laundry from the bottom of the stairs and shove it in the washing machine. And then I would start doing the downstairs. And then just the thought of that now makes me go, and I used to clean the whole house on a Sunday because that was my day off, yeah. Righty-ho, you let Christine go potty. I've not got any dogs to go potty today. Yeah, when I think about it now, just the mere thought about it makes me feel tired. That's probably why I've got all the problems I've got. I'm worn out. worn my body out. But when you work full time and Sunday's your only day off, you've got to do it, haven't you? That was the trouble when I worked in the shop. You always worked on a Saturday. I had one day off in the week. I used to have either a Tuesday or a Wednesday. But I used to go out with the said boyfriend, the one that got away. He used to drive a wagon. I used to go out with him on my day off. I used to spend the day with him. So I couldn't do my housework on that day. So I had to do it on a Sunday. Hey, I used to love doing that, going out on the open road. Yeah, I think we all put on weight, didn't we? I've lost a lot of it, but I need to lose a heck of a lot more. It's not good for my back. It's not good for my hip and my knees. I really do need to lose weight. It's not for vanity's sake. I need to lose it for the sake of my body, really. You know, the less weight you carry and the better it is for your joints. And I know that. And I'm just being sick. I lost 3.5 stone and then I can't lose any more. I just seem to have stopped. And at the moment, I'm hardly eating. I've hardly eaten anything, really. That chocolate is the first I've eaten all week. I had a Kit Kat last Saturday, and that's been it in between. I've had nothing like that in between. No cake, no biscuits, no nothing. And I still haven't lost any weight. And I've hardly ate anything. So I don't know. I think when you get to a certain age, it's very hard to lose weight. You know, the older you are, the more it takes. Because you're not, well, I'm not exercising. If I could exercise, maybe go for a walk or something. You know, when I had the dog and I was able, we used to walk miles, me and the dog. Yeah. I used to keep my weight down walking him. I lived next to a woodland. We used to call it the Clough, and it was lovely. There was a stream in the bottom of it, and you could walk miles, you know, without coming out the woodland. And yes, I got my diabetes medication, but I don't know whether I'll get any more of it. I got a month. I'm taking the last one tomorrow night. Yeah. Well, I was going to be diagnosed whether I had fibromyalgia or not. And then COVID started and I never got to go anywhere to have it diagnosed. So, you know, mine is query fibromyalgia, but not diagnosed. So I can't say I've got it. Um, you know, unlike a lot of people who say I've got this, that, and the other when they haven't been diagnosed. No, I've never been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. You've got an underactive thyroid. I've had my thyroid tested loads of times, Val, and they keep saying there's nothing wrong with mine. Although I do sometimes wonder because I get what I call like sweating, you know, I burn up and go all funny and feel as though I'm going to faint and that. And I looked it up and that is a sign of something. And then another time I can shiver and nobody else is cold. And I've got goose pimples all up my arms and everything. It's Val, by the way, Jane. She just uses her husband's account. It's my friend Val. She's lurking under the name of Eric. Oh, I did wonder at first. I thought, what's Eric saying hello to me for? Because I knew it was Val's husband. Yeah. So it did throw me off for a bit. And then she said to me, "It's me, really." It's not Eric. Oh dear, I feel knackered today, Val. I've been sorting out my cupboard and my oddballs and sorting out my sewing cupboard. You know I don't sew, but I've got 2 sewing boxes and a load of thread and elastic and bits and pieces and all sorts of stuff that were all in a big tangle. So I've been sorting all that out, yeah. Maybe I do, Munchkin, I don't know, because I can't say, oh yes, I've got fibro, because I really don't know. And I've never pushed it to be diagnosed. But the other week, about a week ago, it was really hot. And I knew it was hot, and yet I had a blanket on and I had goose pimples all up my arm, and I had the shivers so much I finished up going to bed. I couldn't stop shivering. And I'm thinking, this is ridiculous because it's not even cold. But you know, when your hair shivers, you ever get that feeling when your hair stands on end because you're cold? And I thought, this is just ludicrous, this. But they've tested my thyroid and they keep saying there's nothing wrong with that. So but I believe fibromyalgia is very difficult to diagnose anyway, you know. That's what my doctor said anyway. He said it's very difficult to diagnose it. My friend of mine had ME and, oh God, she come out of university because she couldn't cope with it. And they more or less said she was malingering and everything because they just didn't believe in this ME. I mean, she did eventually get over it, but she was really, really bad. She had no energy whatsoever, and she would just drop asleep while she was talking to me, you know. And but they wouldn't properly diagnose it as ME. It was kind of like yuppie flu, they kept calling it, didn't they, at the time? And they kept trying to think that people were putting it on or it was all in their mind or something like that. But I knew her and I knew she wasn't putting it on because she was so tired and, you know, she couldn't do anything. It was terrible. But I wonder if that was kind of a form of fibromyalgia, but they used to call it ME at the time. Myeloencephalitis, I think it was called or something. Yuppie flu. You don't hear about it so much now, so maybe they call it fibro or whatever. I mean, she did manage to get over it, but it really blighted her because she was supposed to be at university. She couldn't do it. She had to come out of uni. She had like sore throats and all kinds of things, yeah. Yeah, long COVID. I mean, I'm lucky. As far as I know, I haven't suffered anything from long COVID. I mean, I had COVID really, really badly when it first came out, so long ago that they didn't even know I had it because it was only in its infancy, if you know what I'm saying. Um, but as far as I know, I've not suffered any. The only symptoms I've had was from my third COVID jab. I had a cough I could not get rid of. It lasted months. It was awful. Couldn't get to sleep for it or anything. So they keep on at me to have the fourth jab and I won't have it done. I need to book my flu jab. That's one thing I do need to book. I got a reminder, but it said you have to book it in a week or something. If you don't, this memo on the phone will disappear or something. So, and of course I didn't book it. So I've got to see my diabetes nurse on the 24th, so I'll try and book it then. Although I know what they're going to say. The receptionist will say, you have to book it online. Can't take any bookings now. You have to book it online. Everything's on flipping line. I went into Specsavers before I decided I wasn't going back to Specsavers. I went into Specsavers twice into the shop, and twice they wouldn't book me an appointment. Twice they told me to go home and book it online. And I'm like, what's the point? I'm in a shop. Go home and do it online. You can do it online, can you? You do understand how to do it online. I think you don't be so rude. I'm not that thick. I do know how to do it. I just don't want to. Yeah. Now, you see, I never had the hot sweats with my menopause because I was only 33. So I don't think I noticed. Yeah. Yeah. You met a new doctor last week. Yeah, well, I don't know whether my diabetes nurse will do my flu shot. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Depends what mood she's in. I'd rather that way than have to book an appointment. Trundle all the way up to... It's a long way to my doctor's. Trundle all the way up to the doctor's just to have me a jab in my arm. Because they want to do both. They want to do the... They got me last time. They got me from both sides before I could say no, and I think that's why I was so ill. They're not coming at me with that COVID needle, I tell you. I had an argument with the pharmacist. You're not being reasonable, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I am being reasonable. I have had a really bad do of COVID, and I'd rather have that than have the needle again, so go away. Your doctors keep me tired, is it something you've said? I don't have a doctor, you just belong to a practice, and you make an appointment, and I suppose you get who you get, yeah. I mean, at one time you could request, couldn't you? But I don't even know who mine is. I did see a very nice one, but I can't remember his name. But I think with it being, I don't know what you call them. You just go and make an appointment and you just get whatever doctor you get. Yeah, well, they gave it me both on one day, and I think that's what did it. Because I'd never been poorly with the COVID jab before then. But boy, because I'd always said, oh, I'm fine with my COVID jab. It doesn't have any effect on me. That's what I'd always said. But oh, boo. I mean, two at once was just too much. I'd have liked to have seen him do that to me, Dad. When my dad was in the army, he said he used to line up and he used to be shoving things in both arms and all over the place. My dad was always poorly after every injection he had. I think it was psychosomatic. Brought back memories of the war. No, I've never been poorly with any injections before, even when I had, what was it, hepatitis and something else jab I had. Yellow fever and something. We were going to somewhere and we had to have it at the time. My son and my ex-husband were really poorly with their jabs and I wasn't. I was absolutely fine. Yeah. No, I just don't want the COVID jab. They're trying to say, oh, it's a new strain of COVID. You've got to have the injection. It's a new strain. So what? I'll take me chances. A friend of mine's just had this new COVID and she's been fine. She said it was just like having a bit of a cold. Yeah, that sounds about right, Lydia, yeah. Well, my dad was a bit of a wimp when it come to injections. He didn't like them. I've got used to them because every time I go anywhere, they always want to take blood out my arm. I feel like, you know, Tony Hancock, you've had an armful. They always take about 4 files with me, not just one. You know, filling. I said, what the hell are you checking for? Because obviously being diabetic, they do that HB1C or whatever it is. Oh, we're checking your kidney function. We're checking this. We're checking the other. What do you want 4 files for? You check me for rabies while you're at it. Yeah, yeah, we need to see if you're anemic. Well, can't you test one? Why do you need 4 files? Surely you can. They only need a spot. They must take about a quarter of a pint off you. Well, I can't be a blood donor because I've had, what did I have? Is it jaundice, hepatitis or something? I've had something or other when I was younger and they won't have my blood. And I should because I'm a rare blood group. But they would not have me. When I was younger, my ex-husband was a blood donor. He got his 50 whatever, got his badge for how many times he'd given blood. So he was always, you should go, you should go. Anyway, they wouldn't have me. I did try. I think it was yellow jaundice or something I had. I don't think it was hepatitis, because if it was that, I'd still have it, wouldn't I? No, I think it must have been jaundice. Yeah, you feel like saying to them, calling them a vampire, don't you, when they come in? Yeah. Just a little prick, yeah! Well, I must admit, the last one was quite good. She didn't leave a big bruise like they normally do. She was very gentle, the last nurse I had. They'll do it again on the 24th, I know they will. There'll be another 4 lots. And then it'll be, your HB1C is bad, your diabetes is bad, blah, blah, blah. It's gone up again, it's this, that, and the other. Well, how come when you keep jabbing my finger, it's normal? How come? Oh, we're looking at the 3 months level. It's your pancreas we're worried about. Oh, that's another thing they test for, your pancreas. Yeah. The pancreas we're worried about. Well, I don't worry about it. If it goes, it goes. And she's going on about it. I said, bloody hell, I said, I'm nearly 78. How much longer do you want me to live? I said, I'd rather have a short life and a happy one. Leave me alone. I'm not going on insulin, thank you. And then she says, you need to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. But insulin, you put weight on with insulin. I said, that's it, then I'm not having any. Yeah, I think we went to some part. It was classed as Africa where we went. And they had some virulent cases or something or other. So it wasn't Africa we went to, but it was classed as part of Africa. So that's why we had to have all them jabs. And make sure while you're there you don't get bitten with a monkey. Or a snake. Yeah, like I'm going to go and poke a snake. Maybe they have snakes in Skiathos. Have you seen Skiathos? What happened? All the floods they've just had. My favourite place. Water cascading down the main street. I said to my friend who used to live there, I said, why is it flooded? Is it rain or rivers or what? He said, Oh, well, they've built up everywhere. He said there's that much concrete that there's no soak away, there's nowhere for the rivers and the whatnot to go. So if they have a heavy, heavy storm, it just flows down the streets because they haven't got proper drains or anything. Oh, it was such a mess. The shops were like 2 foot in mucky water. Flights were cancelled, people couldn't leave, people couldn't land, Apparently it's all sunshine and whatnot now. All lovely again, like it's never happened. I'd love to go back one day, but I know I never will because it's too hilly. I can't go up and down hills and stuff here. Hi, Denise. Yeah, you can watch the replay later. Poor you. Yeah, that's my dream place to go back to is Ski Athos. It's an absolutely gorgeous place. It's where they filmed Mamma Mia, yeah. I couldn't go on the Mamma Mia trip though. I went on the boat to where the church is, I mean, you've seen all those steps where Meryl Streep runs up them, haven't you? You've seen them all. There's no way I could go up to the church. And people who went said they were all like uneven. They weren't, they weren't like even steps. Some would be short, some would be long. Get off. Bloody fly. So I would have never made it up the hill. Not with my bad back. Oh, it's nearly right. It's nearly wide enough. Is it long enough? How long do you need it to be, Janet? Hello, Chris. Where have you been? You missed Kaz. She's very upset she missed you. Oh, it's nearly there. Look, nearly done the sleeve. Way. Yeah, you've been missed, Chris. Where have you been? You've been cooking. Your dream place is calm, or I was watching not Doc Martin. I was watching Martin Clunes the other day with an actress. He was in Dorset. They were filming and doing something in Dorset. I watched some weird things in my time. It was kind of like an H's program, yeah. Oh, that's not nice, Munchkin. He's not that old. Oh, Burning Man. No, thank you. I like St Ives as well, but that's another place that's all hilly and crowded and cobbly. I did used to love St Ives when I could walk. And another place I want to go to is Brighton, because they're all hippie and boho in Brighton. My niece keeps saying, oh, you'd fit right in there. You'd fit right in Brighton. Oh, Esther, you going then? Thank you for joining us. Bye. Yeah, I'd like to see Brighton. I've never been to Brighton. My niece goes there all the time. She loves it. But I'd have to stay in the centre of town, otherwise I wouldn't be able to see any of the shops or anything. I watched that lady on a Sunday morning. She's called Alternative Aging. She used to be on the telly, Susie. She's always in Brighton. Well, she lives near Brighton anyway. Oh, Call the Midwife. Yeah, there'll be a new one come. I think it starts at Christmas. I think they have a Christmas special, don't they? It's going to come up to modern times eventually, isn't it, with Call the Midwife, and then they'll have to stop. You know, it's all right them staying in the 50s and the 60s, but when they get a bit nearer, you know, they're going to have to stop it, aren't they? How far is Brighton? Oh, too far for me. It's at the opposite end of the country. I'm sort of at the top end. I'm not as far as Scotland, but I'm up at the top end, so it's quite a way for me to go to Brighton. I don't know how I'd get there anyway. You know, on my own with the suitcase and a scooter and everything. I'd never get there by train or anything on my own. And I don't think buses go that well, coaches trips go that far. Maybe one day. You know, when I meet that millionaire who's got a car, yeah, who wants to take me places and spoil me. Yeah, right, Janet. In your dreams. We've got to have pipe dreams, don't we? We have to have them. Hmm. You know, when I get that email saying I've won 1,000,000. Yeah, all I get is an email saying I've won a lucky dip. Yeah, let me look if they've sent me an email saying I've won. You know, chance would be a fine thing, they said, yes. Right, come here, Janet, look at your mail. Mail? Mail. What does it tell me? Absolutely nothing so far. Nothing. No, it's telling me my favourite goggle. I don't watch Gogglebox, so how could it be my favourite Gogglebox? No, I've got all the things from eBay telling me what's on offer, but there's nothing that says National Lottery. Guess I'm not a millionaire again. No, it's just renewed itself and there's still no message from. No, I'm not a winner. Sorry, people. My round the world cruise has been postponed again. Oh, that pond looks proper mucky, doesn't it? Don't you think? I wouldn't want to get in it. It looks like a mucky green algae all over it. I think, yeah, I wouldn't want to get in that. It's not exactly clean like a swimming pool, is it? Perhaps she's used to all the germs. You watch Sherpa? No, I don't watch anything. That sounds a bit too ruggedly outdoorsy for me. I've been watching Jane McDonald in Japan, although I've never really wanted to go to Japan, but you know, been watching her going to Japan. And then on the other end, I watch Susan Calman's Day Out, don't I? Well, she's a bit giddy. She's always laughing. I like the train journeys. I've watched them over and over again, you know. Michael Portillo for the 150th time on his train journey. I think next door's come home. They must be going out somewhere. Because a little minibus picked them up, so they must have been going out somewhere with some friends. He's a what? A husker nut? Husker nut? What's one of them, Jane? Husker muck. It's on the TV, Lydia. It's probably on catch up. It'll be on ITV catch up. Japan. Jane MacDonald in Japan. I don't know whether you'll get it in America. You'll get it in England. It's on ITV catch up. Or is it Channel 4? It's on one of them anyway. If you Google it, it'll tell you. Of course, she always gets the best accommodation, doesn't she? What's a husker nut? Or a husker mutt? What's one of them, Jane? I don't know what that is. Husky? How could a husky go travelling? My stomach did not like that chocolate. It is now giving me grief. It said, "Why did you eat me?" That was a bad idea. Oh dearie me. God, it must be getting the witching hour. I'm getting tired. Oh, it is. It's the witching hour. I always know it's the witching hour because I get really, really tired. So I've nearly finished my row, so I'm going to leave you all and pick up that piece of chocolate that I dropped on the floor before the doggies eat it. And my tummy's off because I shouldn't have eaten that chocolate. Serves me right, I knew I shouldn't have eaten it. Yeah, ice cream doesn't bother me, Chris. Other things do. I've just eaten some chocolate for the first time since last week. I've not eaten any since I had that Kit Kat last week. And it's just set my tummy off. My tummy's going, you shouldn't have eaten that. You shouldn't have had that. And I've dropped a piece of chocolate under my desk. So I need to rescue it before the dogs find it. Look at that, my corner's not going down. And I'm going to be starting my second sleeve very soon. Yeah. Right, thank you all for your visiting me or whatever it is we do tonight. And I shall love you and leave you and hope to see you all next week. I'm hoping to do a video in the week if I feel like it, but I've just not felt up to it. And I've got to tidy that flipping shed. I'm regretting leaving that big bag of stuff right in the middle of the floor now. but I didn't feel like putting it away at the time. A big bin bag full of all sorts has got dumped in the shed, which is not like me because I do not like things on the floor of my shed. It's a trip hazard, isn't it, as they say. Right, good night, everybody, and thank you very much for your company. And I will see you all next week, seeing as I haven't won the lottery and I will not be going jetting off anywhere. So bye for now. Oh, you like my outfit? Yeah, it's velvet. You know, I love velvet. I'm a velvet girl, yeah. We should wake you up a bit earlier next week, Chris, okay? I'll see you soon. Bye now. Bye.